All right, friends, welcome back in as we continue on here now in our 7 a.m. hour. Actually 7:30, but who's counting? Here we are.
7:30,
7:37.
something like that.
Something like something. Man, how you doing, man?
I'm good. You guys are like old times.
It is, man. It is, man. A little hoorooing going on. Behind the scenes. You know, head quarterback. Should know this. What was your position?
Quarterback.
Quarterback. That's my quarterback.
It was actually I played defensive line and I transitioned to quarterback for Sam Houston, man, because I had all those skills as a lineman. That's how that worked out.
Did you have sympathy when Terrell Owens back in the day? Were you a Cowboys fan? You like the Cowboys or not?
Yeah, I like the Cowboys just because it's a Texas team, but my team, which is no longer, was the Houston Oilers.
You didn't transition to the Texans?
Man, I couldn't pull that off.
Did you follow them to Tennessee when they went?
Yeah, I followed them as they left Houston, and that was it. Yeah,
you met them at the state line and said, "See ya."
Yeah.
You know what I knew about the Oilers, man? Obviously, Warren Moon. Now I know there's other running back greats, of course. And I mean, you got some of the best. But Warren Moon, to me, always, when I think of Oilers and I see that old oil, what is the thing called? The spindle?
Derek. Yeah, spindle. Yep.
Spindle, Derek. Mm-hmm. I always thought of Warren Moon, man.
Yeah.
Warren Moon.
Very cool story. Back in when I was a kid growing up here in Huntsville, the Houston Oilers would come up for their spring training.
Where at?
Here, and they do it at Bedrock there at Pritchett Field. And they did it every year. And, man, it was such a fun thing. They were really very open to the community. A bunch of the community would always come out and watch them practice. And I was fortunate when I was a little kid playing basketball, like Little League basketball.
Little Brian.
Yeah, little Brian. And the Houston Oilers played a charity game against the faculty at Sam Houston. And during halftime, we got to play the Oilers. And I'll never forget, it was Carl Mock, Robert Brazil, Dr. Doom. And I've never forgotten that. So my favorite player of all time has always been Robert Brazil, Hall of Famer linebacker for the Houston Oilers. Just one of those great memories from a kid growing up here in Huntsville.
As long as I knew you and all the chatter that we had over the years, we'd always have a lot of fun off mic. We'd talk and joke around and tell stories. You're a storyteller. You didn't know this. You're a storyteller and a positive storyteller. And I learned so much from you, man, just sitting next to you for so long. And it's funny, man, when you mention that, because you've never told me this story, ever. That's why I like it, man. Every time we sit down, there's always something new brewing.
And all the times you and I have gone up and down those roads calling ball games, I've never told this. Wow.
Well, there you go. Brian and I hit it off. This is the old joke, literally. Thought I was having a heart attack. And I was actually having real bad reflux. Brian's freaking out in the hotel room. You all right, man? You all right? I said, dude, I'm having reflux. I walked over to Target. It was a 2-story Target. It was really weird.
I remember.
The bottom of the 2-story, the bottom was where all the cars parked. It had a parking garage. And then your carts, it actually had an escalator for the carts. I'll never forget that Target, and I'll never forget that day. It was in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time Brian and I hopped on a plane, and we ended up, I didn't know what to think of this dude. He didn't know what to think of me, and I'm sitting there. He thought I was having a heart attack, but it was reflux, man.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Got off the Nexium, and I'm good to go, man.
You had to get off the Nexium. Yeah.
That's right. Well, let's dig into why we're here today. Good. Brian, it's always good to catch up with you, man, and appreciate you being here.
Sure.
A lot of fun today. We're here today honoring and celebrating our community first and foremost. Also 6 nonprofits that are very deserving. There's so many. Somebody said one time when I started this platform, they said, Rob, you're not going to have enough people to fill every morning, because we do our show, Good Morning Huntsville, and we bring on nonprofits. We do bring on businesses from time to time, but primarily nonprofits to our guest hosts. Well, I looked it up, man. There's over 250 nonprofits in good standing just in Huntsville alone. And on top of that, there's so many community people and so many. So today, I know that we're really here to benefit 6 different nonprofits out of 250 that are in good standing. There's so many. But that's why we're here today, and you wanted to be a part of it, and I appreciate that, Brian, and getting up early on a 7 a.m. But here we are, man. So what's been going on with you?
Well, man, one, I'm excited to be here, Rob, and I appreciate what you're doing. Obviously, Rays of Hope. What a great thing to, folks, come out and donate to this cause. It's it's a great charity. It's something that could really use your help. And come by, drop off a couple of bucks, donate some food, whatever you think would be good, and kind of help our cause out this morning. I'm proud of you, Rob. This is something very cool. Your Good Morning Huntsville is awesome. I mean, it is absolutely exploded. And Stephanie and I were talking about that on the way up here. She watches that every morning. And, man, I'm proud of you, man. That is a very cool thing for this town. And for yourself, man. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Well, Brian, when I came here, man, you and I literally met. We always joke around. We literally met on the tarmac. I'll never forget. I was at A&M. It was on the way to that New Mexico game. I showed up it was Texas A&M. We flew out of Bryan College Station that day, and I didn't know that you were supposed to dress up. And so I get on the tram because there was a special area to park. We get on a tram because you go out to the tarmac. Clayton Carlin, first guy I met, and he and I are good friends to this day. In fact, we went out and had breakfast just a few weeks ago. Whenever I came back to town, he had graciously reached out and said, Rob, let's catch up, have breakfast. Love Coach Carlin. And so, but he was the first guy that I met, and we were joking around about this. I said, and he's the defensive coordinator at Sam Houston. I said, Coach Carlin, what's funny, man, is I'm a new guy. I'm a rook. I've always, wanted to be a D1 guy. Finally got that opportunity. It's a privilege to do it. And I'll never forget, I was in shorts and a T-shirt, and I get on that tram, and all these coaches are dressed up nice in suits and ties. And I said, man, I have blown it. And these guys are going to think, who is this dude coming in here failing and screwing up already? But he was very gracious. I even told him, I said, man, I didn't know I was supposed to dress up. He laughed. He said, don't. And, he's got that really cool voice. I told him one day, I said, Coach, when you're done, radio is your calling. Don't worry about it, man. Everything's good. And so it was funny, though. And that's how you and I met, literally on the plane. We get on the tarmac, and there we are, and the rest is history. And I brought all that up, Brian, because the first thing that I noticed about you was just your love for this community and for Huntsville, Texas. You spent most of your life here, almost all your life here. You went to Huntsville High School. You've seen this community grow. But one of the things that I always talk about is how do we preserve the culture of a community as it grows? My hometown, love it to pieces, but it grew so fast. The culture kind of got saturated, got overran, if you will.
Yeah.
To me, kind of a bad thing. To others, it's still a great place. I'm not going to bash it. But Huntsville, and Mayor Broniger said this on Good Morning Huntsville just a couple of weeks ago, and I love I didn't talk to him about it. He goes, Rob, the challenge that we face is as this community grows, how do we preserve our culture? And he goes, that's what I want to protect, and that's what I hope the next guy will do, and they will.
Yeah.
But that's what makes Huntsville great, is the people, man. It's the people.
It is the people. I moved to Huntsville with my family when I was in the second grade. And my father got into the banking business here in town. My mother was a school teacher. She taught second grade, Gibbs Elementary. And I promise you, man, there is not a better town, and obviously in my opinion, than Huntsville. Especially growing up here, it had that small town community feel, that everybody in Huntsville really loves. It still does. It's growing leaps and bounds. Obviously, you see all the construction on 45, and you see all the new businesses coming into town, and the growth is amazing. But still, the really cool thing about this town is it's got that small town feel. It's kind of like my company, Big Iron Auctions. It is the largest online agriculture equipment auction in the world, but the culture, it is like a family culture, and we're talking 350 plus employees. But it's the culture of Huntsville that makes this town so appealing. The people, there's not a nicer bunch of people in a community than here in Huntsville. I'm so proud of this town. I'm proud of the Hornets. I'm proud of the Bearcats.
A new stadium on the way too. That's exciting. You guys will be out there. Going to be great, man.
Oh, it's incredible, man. And think about that. That's a story on its own. Mm-hmm. 50 years or more, Huntsville hasn't had their own stadium. And to finally, after all these years, and think about it, in the state of Texas, as big as the state of Texas is, and as big as football is,
there's two of them.
There was two of them.
Yep.
Exactly. Now
they didn't have a stadium.
That didn't have
their own.
That's correct. Did not have their own stadium, and now Huntsville does, and then there's only one. That's amazing, man.
What is that one? I don't even know.
I don't either. I'm just glad it's not us.
Yeah, that's right, man. So, again, Brian Adams joining us here at the 7 a.m. hour. We are here, Rays of Hope, HEB parking lot. Come on out right off of, what is this, 11th? Right off here of 11. I'm still learning the street name 4 years later, man. I go away for 8 months. My brain gets frozen, literally. I have to de-thaw.
Yep.
But we're here, 11th Street, HEB parking lot. Easy to find. During the Christmas time, local media station had this over at Shenanigans, and I was working with the previous gentleman and said, you know what, it'd be great to move. We had a great relationship with HEB. I said, let's move that event from Shenanigans to the park. And nothing on Shenanigans. We moved it here to this parking lot, and it worked out really great at Christmas time. We identified a need here just during the summer. We talked to a lot of nonprofits. Said, Rob, we love what you're doing. We love, and not me, but everyone else, that's a part of this. What we've been able to do with community partners, not me, but community partners, man. These are the greatest people. And they said, hey, but is there any way that you can help us, or can you help them? My friend Daniel Bay said, Rob, the Care Center Huntsville needs help. Can you help them? And that's the kind of folks. Daniel's a great guy over at Bays Achievement Center, love their family, and you know, his dad has left a tremendous legacy for many generations to come, and we just love the Bays family. And Daniel's one of those guys that said, Rob, Care Center Huntsville needs help. And so here we are. That's what this is a culmination of today. We really wanted to find a halfway point, if you will, in the middle of the year to say, how can we continue to uplift nonprofits in our community? They need help. I know cash is tight for everyone, but $20 will go a long way. Even $1 will go a long way. All you got to do today, drive out here. We're giving away swag bags filled with a lot of items. In fact, I may ask someone over there to bring one of those bags to us before we go off so we can take a look at one, Brian, here in just a minute. But we're giving away swag bags and that's anything. You can donate 1 can or 50 cans of food, dry goods. Check this out, even diapers. We need diapers today for Care Center of Huntsville. Cash donations will go a long way. We're going to divvy up that money as needed to these 6 different nonprofits. I did want to highlight them real quick, Brian. I know we're talking a lot here, but HISD Social Services, Sally Dallas, we appreciate her. Care Center of Huntsville had a great conversation yesterday with Jackie Barham. She is the executive director, going to be there for a year coming up in August. SAAFE House, Tammy Farkas over there doing great work. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, that's Kay and Rick Boning. We had Braylon enrolled over there before we left and just love their mission. They're a nonprofit. Good Shepherd mission. Dave Smith, he was on the show yesterday morning. And then our friends at Rita Huff Adoption Center, they've got their new facility. The ground is broken and they're well on their way over there. But we want to help these nonprofits. It's important to give back. $20 minimum donation will get you a Rays of Hope shirt. Brian's got his. He's wearing Big Iron right now. That's all right. Rays of Hope shirt. Also, we're going to enter you into an hourly raffle, and it only goes for that hour. So, you know, the 6 a.m., we only had 3 people come in. Still a good number. We did have a lot dropped off and some cash given, but 3 people said we want to be the early bird, so 3 people came early, and they had a 33% chance of winning. Well, 1 person did win. We're going to announce that a little bit later today. We already drew that name. So here at the 7 to 8 a.m., we've had a few more folks. I think right now there's 6 or 7 of those tickets in the cup right now. So we'll draw. Then again at 8 o'clock for folks that come by at that 8 a.m. hour, we're going to drive. So we wanted to have something that was incentivizing for folks to come out to be a part. That raffle, by the way, it's going for jewelry from Elliott's Jewelers valued at $100 to $300. It's kind of a little grab bag of jewelry there, a surprise bag. And we appreciate Elliott Herzlich there stepping up and helping out with that. So a lot going on today, and Brian, excited to be here. We're going to be out here. I know you're going to leave here in a little bit, but I'm going to be out here till 6 p.m. tonight.
Well, I tell you what, man, what a great opportunity for for Huntsville and for these nonprofit organizations, Rob. Man, I hope you've got lots of water and fans and everything else while you bear these 100-degree heat.
Yeah, I just asked Stephanie over there to grab one of these bags. We appreciate her. By the way, Advantage Specialties, check out these shirts, Brian. They did a tremendous job. Here's the bags, by the way, the swag bags. I brought a little bit of that back with me. I
like that, man.
The swag bag. Here's the Elliott's Jewelers. Big shout out to Stephanie. Look at these shirts, man. She did so awesome.
She always does a good job, doesn't she?
We designed the logo. I designed the logo and kind of the text. Love how the logo turned out with these colors. They just pop.
They do pop. I love that.
I asked Melissa, I said, what color should you put our logo on? She goes, this yellowish, I don't know what it's called.
Peach.
Yeah, peach. Some of that peach. And so it worked out really good. Sponsors on the back. But here's the swag bags. Any donation that you come by, cash or even a can of food, we're looking for toys also today. So if you can bring toys, we want to bless some children today. But check this out, Brian. Let's dig through here.
Dig, man.
We got a DVA cup along with the Walker County Federal Credit Union logo on it. Oh, these are awesome, man. I'm going to go ahead and open one of these. Have you seen these before?
I have not.
All right, check this out. We're going through the swag bags. Check this out, man. I love these. This is the best marketing I've ever seen. Watch this, man. Since sliced bread.
Look at that.
Woo, man. Look
at that thing.
So another one. And look at those, dude. Whoever invented these, that making some cash.
That's pretty cool.
That making some cash. So there's a fan in there. We got some information about Lone Star Lights. Cherie Bravitz, appreciate her. I didn't even know that was here. You know how a million lights a year out over at Carolina Creek. And Cherie said, hey. And
that is really cool.
By the way, I hate to admit this, Thursday live, we're taking Good Morning Huntsville. We call it our hometown spotlight segment that we do once in a while. We were at Sam Houston State University bookstore a few weeks ago. We're taking the hometown spotlight on Thursday to the Color Bar. And I'm going to be a celebrity hairstylist, and I know nothing about hair. Cherie is donating her hair to me to let me cut it. Justin Killingsworth said, don't worry, I can fix it. I said, Cherie, are you sure about this? The show will be live. I will be chopping her hair live, not knowing what I'm doing.
Cherie, bless your heart.
Yeah, so here's other things. Clean car wash coming into town. We've got what do you call these, a little air freshener? Smells good, man. I don't even need to take a shower. I just put that thing on.
Just rub that all over you.
Yeah, clean car. Carolina Creek's got a little band in here as well, a little wristband there. And then we've got some business cards too. Kevin Dixon over at Anthem Technologies. He has said, Rob, I want to sponsor the swag bags. J. Elm, Century Security. Great folks here in this community. You can learn more about what they do. Here's where it starts getting really cool also. Fat Boys Pizza. That's my boy Shane Christian.
Man, I saw you yesterday.
Oh, Fat Boys Pizza. Steve Rick started that. 15% off coupon. And I know some folks say, well, 15% is not going to get me up to do my. I'm going to tell you what, 15% will go a long way, especially at Fat Boys. They do such great work. They're out down the street in Riverside. It takes just a few minutes to get over there. Come out here and get these swag bags. All you got to do is donate. And here's a big one, too. Check this out. Clean Car Wash has given away a free car wash. When
I need that.
August the 5th.
I need to get my car washed.
Yeah, August the 5th. You'll get a swag bag, don't worry. August the 5th, you get a free car wash as well. And then there's more items in here. Man, we still got this thing loaded. Bay's Achievement Center is hiring. They've got some information in the bag about them hiring. Also, our friends at Guardian Defense, they have some koozies here and also some information. More stuff, $15 off from the Color Bar. Hey, how about another $15 off from the Color Bar?
Wow.
There's $30 right there. And then also, this is another kicker. I love Elliot, man. He gives back so much. Elliot's Jewelers has a brochure in here, and you can receive a free gift by just taking this in to his study. You got to set up the appointment. He's got the information. But you call Elliot and set this up, an appointment. He will give you a free gift. And that's all in the swag bag there.
Man, that's awesome.
So,
just again, talks about it's the testimony to the community, giving and helping others. And that's what's another really neat thing about Huntsville, man, is the community feel, people helping people. And, man, it's just a great place to live.
There it is. Brian, tell us a little bit about Big Iron real quick. I want to give you a second. You're very involved. We've talked about that. That's the main thing I want to highlight, your involvement in the community. Big Iron is committed to local communities as well, but let us know about Big Iron Auctions, man.
Yeah, Big Iron Auctions, man, what a great organization based out of Nebraska. And it's such a cool story. Started by two brothers, Mark and Ron Stock, in the early 80s. And, they started auctioning off household items, believe it or not. And it has grown into a $1.5 billion company. And it's just an amazing story. Every time I meet a potential new client, I try to tell them the story about Big Iron because it's so compelling. It is, we kind of have several verticals that we operate from. We are the largest ag online auction company in the world. We also are very big in construction and transportation, and that's what we do. We try to help people. If you're a farmer or a rancher and you have equipment you want to sell, well, give us an opportunity on our platform, and you won't be disappointed. We will maximize your dollars. And or if you're looking to buy a piece of equipment, we want to help you be able to do that. It is such an easy way to buy heavy equipment. And Big Iron Auctions, man, I tell this story all the time. I've been with them a little over 2 years, and I wish I'd have found the company 30 years ago. It is that good a company and that good an organization, and that's what I do.
Well, Brian, when you and I were running amok, man, it was a lot of fun because you told me about your passion for Big Iron Auction. I got in the habit of when I was driving by places, I was down over in New Waverly, and I saw a big tractor with a for sale sign. I called you and I said, Brian, can you help sell that? And he goes, as a matter of fact, I'm working on it. And
exactly.
So if you see big equipment on the side of the road that maybe it's a for sale by owner, a lot of times, no offense, but those for sale by owners have a very difficult time trying to get it out there. Big Iron can take that over for you. I don't believe there's any fee to do it. There's just a commission if it sells.
That's correct.
And Big Iron can take care of that for you as well. Call Brian Adams. Get a hold of him, bigiron.com. Brian, how can folks reach you directly?
Well, you can, my email address, brian.adams@bigiron.com, or my cell phone number, 936-577-7371.
Slow down on that phone number,
936-577-7371.
7371.
Yeah, and, Big Iron does a lot of things. We do a lot of charity events ourselves and give back to the community. That's really big within our company. And just some of the other neat things, Rob, is we don't have any buy fees. So whatever you're purchasing the equipment for, that's the real dollar amount. Nothing added to it as an extra fee that most of the other competition do. We're easy to do business with, and we just want to help out.
There you go. Brian Adams, Big Iron Auction, also Huntsville Hornet and Sam Houston State Analyst. You'll be able to hear him all season long on the call. And looking forward to a great season. I'll be up down in New Waverly promoting the Bulldogs, man. The platform that we were able to bring to Huntsville ISD several years ago. We wanted to, and I'm glad to see that continuing. But I said, you know what, man, I really want to bless those kiddos down in New Waverly. They need something like that down there. 3A school growing, 2,000 homes coming in. They're going to grow like wildfire. They're actually building a whole new athletic facility. Dean Schaub over there, Coach Schaub, is an amazing guy, just like Rodney Southern. You're surrounded by greatness here in Walker County. And we always say New Waverly is an extension of Huntsville, and New Waverly probably says Huntsville's an extension of us. So it's just that neighborly, friendly atmosphere around here in Walker County. And Brian, you know all about it. And excited today. Come on out, free hot dogs, 11 to 1. Oh, by the way, Sam Houston, women's basketball, going to be joining us from 11:30 to 1. So the girls will be out here helping us as well. You can come by and see them. I think Coach Simeon, the assistant coach there, is going to bring out some items as well. So come on out here. Hot dogs from 11 to 1. We'll be grilling them. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Get your T-shirts, get into that raffle, and so much more.
Awesome. Man, I love what you're doing, Rob.
There he is, Brian Adams. Big Iron.
Big Iron.
We need Trace Adkins to be y'all's commercial guy. BigIron.com. All right, friends. God bless you. We'll see you out here. Come on out and support us. It is Rays of Hope here in Huntsville, Texas. We'll be back here around the 8 a.m. hour. I've got a good friend, Kevin Dixon, also Jay Elms. Kevin with Anthem Technology, and Jay is with Century Security. We'll be back in a moment, though, so tune back in a little bit after 8 o'clock. We'll be live all throughout the day. We'll see you here at HEB.